What's up, everybody? Hey, I'm out here in Richloam, and it looks like it's already raining, but I'm planning on going from the fire tower today, overnighting, and coming out at McNeal trailhead on 471 tomorrow sometime, and getting picked up and shuttled back to my truck. I'm going to be parking over here at the fire tower, which is right by the Richloam General Store. I got a little Blue Blaze to walk, and then I'll be on the Florida Trail, headed south on it. I'm not sure where I'm going to camp because, well, the rain might dictate where I go and how far I go today. We'll see. I'll show you whenever I get to the trailhead. I'm almost there. Let's go. Look at what the clouds look like where I'm headed. No question I'm going to get wet. I don't know. I got to go give it a try. See how far I can get. I doubt I'll get to a campground before I get really soaked, but I'll deal with it. It is what it is. All right, y'all, I made it to the fire tower here. There it is. And it's already raining on me pretty good, and also it's thundering. So, I don't know. Might be foolish, but I'm going to the woods, y'all. We'll see. I might turn back and come back tonight, but we'll just see. We'll see how long this rain takes to come through, if it stays or what. Looks like the general store's happening today. Got quite a few people out here checking it out. That's a cool place. All right, right off the hard road here on the Blue Blaze I was telling you about. Looks like they brought the mowers through here. Help keep the ticks down and make it easy trekking. I would like to make it to Foster's Bridge, which is 11 miles, somewhere around there, and camp there. But I have South Camp, which is the closest camp to me, and then High Bluff Camp, which is a pretty cool camp, and I may even camp there. But Foster's Bridge is halfway. That way I only have about 11 miles tomorrow. So overall it's about 22 miles from the fire tower back to McNeal. All right, that would be north on Florida Trail there. And I'm headed south. Here's the sign. And it's raining on me, so I'm gonna put my phone away. All right, I actually get to wear my rain gear. Most of the time I just get rained on. And I did get rained on for a minute before I put it on, but the light bulb went off and I was like, hey, I got some rain gear. It is a little big on me though. I have lost some weight since I purchased this a couple years ago. Maybe I need to rethink the size of it. But it's working for now. I even got a skirt. I don't have it on, but I do have a rain skirt. It's just these little twigs and stuff's probably gonna tear it all up. So I'm good. I'm just gonna keep trucking and hope the lightning don't get too close, but it's raining. All right, the rain seems to be slacking up a little bit, but it's pretty wet out here. Might have to swim in a couple spots. There's a blaze. Where's my next blaze? Up here to the right by the mud hole. Here we go. Ugh. Nice and mowed. Look at this big boy right in the trail. Can't get a zoom on it. Ooh. You get the hint. Big old spider. I'm gonna go around and see if I can do it without bothering it. And I kind of did. I'm coming up on Clay Sink Road. That's the last time I was out here was where I parked at and hiked in and did the low water route. I believe this time I'm gonna stay off the low water route and just keep making miles and try to see if I can get to Foster's Bridge campground. So that's my goal. We'll see how it turns out. It's a nice bridge here. Looks slick. Let's see. Pretty cool creek that it goes over. There used to be some pretty dilapidated bridges here. Glad to see it's built up good and strong. Should last many, many years unless a fire gets it. Rain keeps coming and going, but at least it ain't lightning and thundering no more. But it could happen anytime. I'm about 3.5 miles in. Look how pretty it is right through here. You see the contrast in colors. All the ferns and the oaks. The green grass in the trail. Beautiful. I'll take this over 95 degrees hiking any day. A little bit of a sprinkling. I am pretty soaked though. But it's all right. We'll see if I can get a fire going tonight. It's a cool area, cool spot right through here. Here's another good sturdy bridge going over another creek, or the same creek. Not real sure. Look at how dark that water is. Old black water, keep on rolling. Don't slip. Okay, check this out. There's a black racer right on the edge of the trail. Let's see if it spooks when I go around it. Nope. Looks like we're coming out on a clay sink right here. Yep, clay sink road here. This is where I parked last time I was out here. Getting close to the low water route. Right here at it, really. Here's the low water route. To the right, blue blazing. We're gonna stay on the Florida Trail. I don't know if it saves me much. I think it saves me a little bit, but it's pretty soggy down there. So maybe this would be a little bit of the higher ground. I can move a little bit quicker. And I checked the clock, and it's not even 1 o'clock, so yeah, doing pretty good. Here's the south camp. Back down that trail there where the tree's down, but I'm sure maybe there's a trail down through there. 290 foot back that way is what the sign is trying to tell us. That's the first campground you'll come to if you're hiking south from the fire tower. We're gonna move on. Next camp will be High Bluff. Look at all the fungus on this rotted tree. And there's more right there. Like a rainforest out here. Got wild coffee, I believe is what some of that stuff is. So this here, I don't know, I'm not gonna pretend. That might be beautyberry. I think I nailed it. Wild coffee. I'm trying to learn my plants. Look at that little guy. That's a fun guy. Let's roll. Oh, I just missed a deer. I saw it. I missed it on camera. It was standing right here. Pretty cool. Seen a deer. I decided to come out hiking this weekend. Last minute. I just started messing with all my backpacking stuff. Had it all together, and I said, well, since I've got it together, let's go to the woods. And that's what I did. Plus, I need to start building my body back up to getting some pretty good miles out of it, because next weekend I'm going back up to Deep Creek, which is north of Osceola, and doing a 50-mile stretch from there up to Gibson Park. And then not the following weekend, but a couple weekends after, I'm going to be off for a week, and I'm going to pick up at Gibson and just head north and see exactly how far I can get. And I think I'm going to have Soda Pop with me, and Topless I think is going to join us, so we'll have the crew back together to kick the season off. I'm not sure if Topless is joining us next weekend, but if she does, she does. But it's gonna be tough miles, 51 miles, being we haven't really pushed that hard since last season. I try to keep my body in shape, but ain't nothing like walking 30 plus miles. It's something. Looks like we made it to where the low water route pops out. That's a pretty cool spot, y'all. I'm not upset I didn't go on it, because I was just on it the other day, but it is pretty. it should be the actual trail. It should be the orange blaze and the alternative should be blue. That's just my opinion. It's pretty, sure is. Well, it's finally quit raining enough I could take the rain jacket off. That thing gets pretty warm. I was able to zip it down a little bit, pull the hood down, but then you're still getting rained on. So either way, you're gonna get wet. But it did help out a little bit. At least I'm not sopping wet now. Feels a lot better. Looks like it could rain again at any moment, but for now, it's not. We're getting close to Devil's Creek Bridge. It's coming up shortly. Made it to Devil's Creek Bridge. It's flowing beautifully. It's pretty through here. Looks like a big old scary swamp. Beautiful. When you think of a swamp, this is this is it. All right, we'll be getting close to Withlacoochee River here shortly, and coming up on High Bluff campsite, which I think I'm gonna pass right on up because I'm already at 5.5 miles, 11 miles to Foster's Bridge campsite. That I'm over halfway there, so might as well keep trekking. It's just after 1 o'clock, almost 1:30 now, so plenty of time. I just thought maybe I'd have to set up camp to beat out a storm, but I've already been rained on, so I'm just gonna continue. It's beautiful out here. I'm so happy to be in the woods. All right, we're now leaving Richloam and entering Green Swamp West. And we'll be in Green Swamp West the rest of the hike to 471 McNeal. Here's the coolest tree on the trail, at least through here. Right under it. Ooh, we're getting close to the river here. As a matter of fact, there it is. I can hear the water rushing over the rocks, but also I see some bluer skies. Let's see if that pans out. Let's go check out this river. See if it's came up or went down since the last time I was here. And let's see if anything's in it. All right, let's have a look at one of the most beautiful sights I think you're gonna see in all of Florida. Isn't that pretty? Man, that's beautiful to me. I see it several times over and over and over, but it's always surprises me at how gorgeous it is out here. I'm gonna keep on, try to get to camp. All right, here's High Bluff campground, and I'm gonna continue on. High Bluff is up there on the hill, and down there is the river. Beautiful spot. I mean, I tell you, right there is the best camp on the property, I believe. Although it isn't the official campsite, but you got this view of the river there. Just gorgeous. I'm gonna continue on. Turned out to be a beautiful hike. It's nice and cool. Ain't too muggy, a little bit, but not too muggy. Moving right along. Check out this view. I think it's the last view of the river I'm gonna see until I get around the campsite. Which Foster's Bridge campsite isn't right on the river, but it's close enough to take a little hike down to it. Pretty. Got some blue skies too. Let's keep going. Well, here's my trail. It's become growed over. I hadn't gotten to here with the maintenance yet. I think as far as they got was to Devil's Creek. So I gotta keep an eye on my map, because I do not see another blaze. Huh, it's pretty sketchy through here. This looks like, there it is, yeah. This is the trail. It's gonna slow me down a little bit, but it is what it is. Which way we go here? Oh boy. I see a blaze way back there. I don't know if I'm on trail, but I'm close to it. Here we go. Down through there. Here's a beautiful spot along the trail. Got a wide open field over there. And some awesome oak trees right here. Here's another one. And I found this thing laying in the middle of the trail. I think it's a container for somebody to sign for a geocache. But I'm gonna pick it up and take it with me because it's trash now. It's just falling apart. You can't read any of the paper that's in it. So I'm packing it out. So this is a beautiful spot through here. A lot more sandy, hilly, scrub oak like. And there's a bunch of hitchhikers too. Get all over you. Sure is pretty though. I'm enjoying myself. All right, I hit a problem here. It's a pretty good tree down right in the middle of the trail, and it's thick on both sides. I gotta pick a way around without tearing my clothes all apart. And I've got my rain jacket just hanging on the back of my backpack, drip drying. So I might better tuck it away so it doesn't get ripped up. Cause I'm about to be going under and over and through. Let's see if I can get to the other side. All right, I made it. We'll continue on. They'll get out here and saw that up, I'm sure, but here's another big old spider right on the trail, and this one's dining. Some sort of bug. Almost walked right into it. Almost. I'm gonna go under it somehow or another, and you can see the water droplets on its web. Very cool. I'm gonna go under it and keep moving. Well, y'all, the trail's been overgrown for quite a little ways. And I've been going under trees, over trees, around them. And look at all these freaking little things, man. I don't know, they're all over me. I'm just covered. And that's the kind of stuff that if you take it into your tent with you and get it up against your sleeping pad, it can pop it. I'm gonna have to pick all this stuff off before I crawl in my tent. It's gonna take some time. I hate these things. Anything that attaches to you while you're walking down the trail. Hitchhikers, hate them. All right, y'all. I'm almost to the campground. Matter of fact, the little blue blaze is right there, and the river's right here where I'm gonna grab some water before I make it to the campground. Now, if I would have stayed on the Florida Trail on the orange blazes, I would have came to the campground first, but it's been so grown over, and all the hitchhiker and all that stuff has been so bad that I decided to just come down the road. And because the road is part of the trail, but then you kind of meander on and off of it several times. But I would have come through the campground from the back, but instead I'm coming from the road. So I'm gonna grab me some water while I'm here. That way I don't gotta come back down once I get camp set up, and camps that way. And here's the access for the river to get water. An old makeshift boat ramp here. Good spot to put in a little kayak or canoe or john boat. Beautiful little spot. And there's several gators that hang around in here. I'm gonna grab some water and take this backpack off my shoulders for a minute. I ain't even had it off other than putting on the raincoat. Almost there. Blue blazing my way. Should be a picnic table and a fire ring. It's been a while since I've been here last, so yeah, I see the sign now. Let's get up there. This here says tent area, and down that way is the river, and you got to follow that back there to get back to the orange blazes. Let's go see. It looks like there's enough branches here to where I can make me a little fire. All right, here's a look at the campground. It's a little rough for wear. Table's usable, but a little jagged. There's a piece of a bench. That used to be a bench. The tree fell over on it. That needs cleaned up. The fire ring is about rusted through, but it's here. And it's a perfect spot for my tent right there. And there's this little bit of a marsh back here that you kind of look over. And it's just beautiful. You watch the sun go down. But I am gonna put my stuff down on this table and set my tent up and pick these freaking seeds off of me. They're everywhere. I did get some water. That's the color of it. It's a little gold, but not bad. Ain't no minnows in it. A little protein wouldn't hurt though. All right, y'all, I've had a turn of events. It's been exciting, let me tell you. I got my tent put up, and as I was doing that, I was kind of itching a little bit. Well, turns out I'm slap covered with them little seedling ticks or whatever they are. I don't know, red bugs, ticks, chiggers, whatever you call them. I got them on me by the thousands. Teeny weeny things. And they're everywhere, so I'm bailing. I called my wife, I said, hey, meet me at a different trailhead, which is over 3 miles from here. So, yeah, I just couldn't see myself laying in that daggum sleeping bag, knowing that all them freaking things are all over me. I took my pocket knife and was scraping them off of me, but still, I couldn't get them all. So, I think I'm bailing on this one. At least for the overnight. I'm getting some miles, but jeez, it's terrible. I'm gonna be itching tomorrow and the next few days. I'm gonna have to go home and wash off with some flea and tick shampoo for the dogs, I reckon. So, well, I'm headed to River Road. That's where I'm gonna get cut off by her. Man, I hate these ticks. Between hitchhikers, ticks, this summer, early fall, just, it's tough hiking in Florida. I'm moving on. I just seen a few turkeys running right through here. This is one of the most beautiful spots that this trail comes along out through here too. There's a big marsh out here to my right, and there's a spot where you can see it a little bit better. But I've seen deer, I've seen gators in the trail. I've seen a gator right in the middle of the trail. And today I just seen turkeys. Just beautiful out there. Here's another view of that big marsh out there. And then there's a bit of one just right over here. Certainly pretty. I'm kind of ashamed that I gotta leave. But yeah, like I said, I couldn't see myself laying in that freaking sleeping bag. Knowing all these things are crawling on me. I'm getting out of here. Check out all these ferns. This place is really green with ferns all through here. The trail's still pretty beat up through here. Several big trees are down, and I'm just bushwhacking through a lot of it. I'm gonna end up going up here, hitting a main road, and just taking the main road out to River Road, which is where the Withlacoochee Park is at. And that's where I told my wife to come pick me up. Mayday, mayday. But yeah, it's something else in here. Guess I wasn't ready. We'll come back. So this is what the trail looks like. It's really grown over, really trippy. There's a blaze up there. I'm not too far from the road, but boy, I sure hope I don't come up on something I can't get through. I've got sticker bushes all over me. Man, this is where I'm going. I see some ribbons. Yeah, it's gonna take some work through here. There's a big tree down there. I gotta figure out where I'm going through here, y'all. Well, I made it to the road. I'm gonna follow it out to the check station, to the gate there, and meet up with them. I texted them and told them to go ahead and leave. They're about a 30-minute drive, so I probably got about a mile, maybe a little less. Just seen a couple deer running over here. Really nice out here. Just wish these bugs weren't freaking eating me up. It's pretty bad. I'm gonna go give me some antiseptic wash and I don't know, just try to get them off of me. Head home, sleep in my own bed after I get clean. All right, y'all, we made it here, and look what she got in her hand. Some flea and tick spray. And we're fixing to put it on me because I've got them on me. That's a little one there, you can't really see them. But I've scraped and scraped and scraped. But I'll deal with this stuff before I get in the car. And that's it for this video. I'm gonna go home and get a shower.